What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at my first attempt at a 3D printed Steam Deck backplate. I found a few files on CAD files online, and then I converted it to a STL, and then I printed it. Notice that it's in parts right now, and that's because my printer couldn't fit the whole thing, and it's actually better to print it on its side. But overall, it printed pretty well. There was some layer shifts, so for all you 3D printing nerds out there, you get what I'm saying. Definitely some blobbing, some cooling issues. Look at, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect print. But we can definitely make some changes in the future so that it will print better. But overall, I am pretty happy with how it turned out. This is actually technically the second print because the first one failed. And this was actually printed for the most part with no supports. Kind of actually didn't need these supports, honestly. There were some supports that we were supposed to build on this handle portion, but I didn't think it was necessary because this curve wasn't too aggressive. And I think if I just printed slower and if I printed on my better printer, it would have printed better overall. So yeah, I was just impatient and I wanted to print it. But yeah, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to test fit it. But to test fit it, we're going to make sure that these edges are super clean. And the way we're going to put this thing together is we're going to use tape, masking tape, and we're going to see if it fits. I'm not too worried. This is not going to be a long-term case. This is literally to see if we can, if the CAD file I found is accurate enough to place on a Steam Deck to the point where it, fits well and is secure, and it's not necessary for these pieces to be bonded perfectly to do that test. We just need to see if it holds up well enough. So what we're doing right now is we're just cleaning up this excess material right here because this is going to go on the inside. This is how it's supposed to look. Looks like a Steam Deck backplate. All right. For reference, this is a stock backplate. Pretty much the same thing. It's pretty dang close. This one is olive green and it's 3D printed. And the big thing is you'll notice that we don't have our vent at the bottom left-hand corner. It's dead center, just like your boy's favorite Steam Deck. This is how all Steam Decks should be created with the thermal pad mod. In my opinion, you get the best cooling performance with just cutting a hole in the back of your Steam Deck. So obviously, the first Steam Deck backplate I'm going to make is going to have the mod, my very first mod, the one that actually works very well, the fan mod. Okay, so let's just try to clean this up a little bit because it is kind of really ugly, this fan. All right, so before we assemble this thing, I want to talk to you guys. I haven't done a video in a while, and I just kind of want to talk to you guys about how I've been using my Steam Deck as of late. I've actually been gaming on this quite a bit, and my preferred mods are all in place, and I love using my Steam Deck in this manner. So we'll flip it over. We are rocking the JSOX backplate with our ventilation mod, which is the same mod that we're putting on here. And I have the 40 mil Noctua fan with a 40 mil heatsink on there, 40 by 40 by 10. Both of them are 40 by 10, 3 printed shroud, and yes, I know this is crooked, and I hot glued it. It works. Also, I hot glued this dongle to the backplate. This dongle I got on Amazon for $15 is great. It's great because it powers the fan, and it does 100-watt PD pass-through. So it does everything I need it to do. Yes, it's not clean, but I've been rocking it like this for over 2 weeks now. Look at this. Plastic dip is peeling like crazy. That's how much I've been gaming on this, and this rubber coating is coming off. I've been playing a lot of Borderlands. Oh, so fun. With the overclocking on the Steam Deck, this is running 20-watt TDP, 4000 on the CPU, and 2200 on the GPU. Solid 60 frames, medium settings, and Borderlands, I love it. It 60 frames in that game is perfect. And this thing runs it super duper well. So, but that's it about that. And we're gonna have to pull this off. It's all hot glued. Oh, didn't mean for that to come off, but whatever, it's fine. We need to get to these screws. So, oh my God, this paint job I did is coming off so bad, but it's all right. Because now we can make our own back plates. So let's just go ahead and take this bad boy apart and see if this back plate fits. I very much doubt that this will fit first try. There's a lot of tolerances issues with 3D printing, especially if you're printing off just a CAD file. So I highly doubt that this will fit first try. I'm hoping it fits well enough, you know, just well enough to where we can make some modifications to it. But I'll be very surprised if it fits super well. Okay. Also, yeah, this mod right here, it's a great freaking mod. Oh wow. So we already have an issue. The rear buttons. I'm upset. Maybe I'll just get rid of those rear buttons. Just see how it looks. Doesn't look bad. My placement for this fan is off by a solid 15 millimeters, but that's all right. It doesn't fit out of the gate. These seams don't seem to be lining up well, which I knew. It seems like it's a slightly larger than it needs to be, or maybe slightly smaller. Actually, no, it's actually not too bad. So one of my biggest issues with printing a backplate for a Steam Deck is these tabs. You can't really mimic these tabs very well. And that's why I've kind of been averting from doing this mod, because these tabs are really hard to mimic. And the tolerances, and also the way it works with 3D printing, it's not stronger than injection molding. It's just not. There's seams to this. There's a lot of points of break, so they don't work well. But we're gonna try to see if we can just screw this thing down. So we're gonna have at least 2 screws on this part. So let's just get it started. Okay, get it started. Oh yeah, and you can't crank down on these things because of break. So this tab down here, right here, is supposed to slide in. So right here, we're gonna have to lose that whole lip, but a little bit over a 1/4 inch, maybe like 3/8 of an inch off this thing right here. I know 3D printing, we deal with millimeters, but I'm a carpenter, so we do inches. Still a little tight. Cleared that clip. There we go. There we go. That fits really good. Holy shnikes. I'm surprised. I don't think we're gonna even need to use tape, yo. That fits really good. One screw, look at that. Wow. We are for sure gonna have to figure out this back button situation. I might just ditch that, to be honest. Because I rarely use the back buttons anyways. And for the game I'm playing right now, it doesn't even, for some reason, it doesn't work. So we're gonna, I'm gonna trim this off real quick. All right, so I need to clear these tabs. So it's about ½ an inch in. This fan placement is so off. I just centered it. It was late, and I was like, I'm just gonna center it. I'm not gonna mess around too much. Cool thing is too, these things printed with no built support, they look great. They're on the inside too, so it doesn't matter. All right, holes look like they match up pretty well. Let's see if we can get 1 or 2 screws in. Let's start off with this important one here. Let's just get the screw in there first, and then we'll try to maneuver it. One thing I'm noticing is we probably could lose some of the height. Yeah, because if you look at the height right here, they're very shallow. We got some bite out of it. That's good. We got this seam. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, we got a clip right in the middle. Right there. We got to take a little bit off the center. Clips were my main concern the whole time with 3D printing a backplate. I just knew it was going to be an issue. Yeah, man, these back buttons are going to be an issue. But, you know, easy fix is just to ditch them. Because, like I said, I don't, for the most part, I don't really use them. Yeah, that's just completely in the way. All right, let's try that again. Fits way better now. We just got to lose those tabs. These screw holes are perfect. They're, like, right in the right spots. Not having to angle the screw whatsoever. Everything is perfectly in line. Wow, good job, whoever rendered this. Yeah, I'm noticing that, yeah, these bumps, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and, since I'm already in here, I know everything fits well, I'm gonna take a little bit off those tabs. I'm gonna bring this downstairs and shave it down real quick, so I'll be right back. All right, I got a bunch of plastic and I got a little piece of my eye, but we got the job done. Cleaned it up pretty good. I took it down quite a bit, actually. I don't know if it looks better or worse, but we're gonna try it. Obviously, it doesn't look better than a stock backplate or even a JSOX backplate. Guys, printed my own backplate the way I wanted it. Don't want to crank it too hard. It fits better already. So this seam, so what we're gonna do on the next one, we're gonna split it down the middle. So 4 screws on one side, 4 screws on the other side. Like I said, the only reason I printed this way is because I didn't want to destroy this grill, so I had to do a 3-piecer. And also, I figured it would be a little bit easier to install it in 3 pieces versus 2 pieces. Just, you could maneuver the pieces a little bit better, but this is going down well. So definitely gonna have to make some modifications on the next one. This fan is so offset, so the fan's actually not dead center. It's further over to the right, but that's a pretty good seam. You know, there's a bump out here because we didn't clean off all of this edge. We can take this back plate off, clean that all off easy, and we'd have a better seam. And I might do that. Definitely need to I'm just gonna take off all of this plastic right here. On this one, you know, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna clean up these seams real quick. All right, back in action. Whew. Cleaned up the edges quite a bit. Took off all of the material that was there. I don't know why it printed with that, but it did. And I got rid of it all, so now we won't have to deal with that. And let's see. Seam should be a lot better. Wow, that looks great. Guys, I am genuinely surprised on how well this thing is fitting. 100%, without a doubt. I was thinking that this was not going to fit well at all. And it is pretty dang good. Obviously, we don't have any back buttons, but I figure I can remedy that or just ditch them. Easiest thing to do is to ditch them. Honestly, this edge seam is not bad at all. I thought it was going to be 10 times worse, but it's not bad considering we 3D printed it off a model we found online. And yes, we did some slight modifications to it. Doesn't need to be perfect today. We just need to be incrementally making things better. Rome wasn't built in a day. Guys, I can't wait. Oh my God, Steam Deck was on the whole time. All right, guys, here we are. The seam is ridiculous. Just booted it. Just playing last night. Cooling should not be an issue. Oh, wow. This does not feel bad whatsoever. I can get over this seam, and I know I can make this print 10 times better. But there you go. A lot of faffing about. I think this was a 5-hour print. Definitely could speed that up. This thing got all ruined. We haven't figured the back button situation. We had to edit this thing. It's not fitting perfect. But everything can be fixed. Everything can be fixed. And there you go. Turns out you can 3D print your Steam Deck backplate. Let's just do a little bit of a benchmark. So we're overclocked right now, 2.1 gigahertz. Actually, let me double check that. So whatever reason, in smokeless, I have to put it in power tools to 21 every single time for it to actually use 21 watts versus the stock. And you can see it's actually using it. You see that 12 and 6. It's going up there. It's past 15 watts. So let's just play a little bit. This is kind of annoying. See that? We can fix that with some type of clipping in the future. It's not happening on this side. It's only happening on the left side. And that could be like a print variation. But yeah, it's not bad. So let's get our benchmarks out. I mean, not our benchmarks, what you call it, our overlays. All right, so no custom fan curves. Obviously, we have a lot more ventilation now because we don't have these back buttons. But most of the air is going to be coming from our vent here in the back, and these cracks more so than there, because air is always going to choose the path of least resistance, and this is easy for air to go in through there. So most of the air is going to be coming through there versus here where the buttons used to be. Guys, not bad. So remember, 20 watt TDP. This little piece of plastic is driving me nuts over here. 20 watt TDP, 4000 GPU on the CPU, 2200 graphics card, and we're running pretty dang well. Still getting solid 60 frames. Remember, this is medium settings, a couple changes. FSR is on. Actually, let's go ahead and turn off FSR. Still solid 60 with FSR off. Wow. All right, we got to get into a fighting scenario. Is this a boss fight? 60 frames, solid. Overclock your Steam Deck, guys. But remember, cooling is so important. This game is running. I didn't realize I could play with FSR off. Dang. All right, we're just going to play for a little bit longer. We're at 80 degrees. Remember, we're not a custom fan curve. We're just playing the game. Things should be heating up. What's our room temp right now? 21 degrees. Pretty warm up here. It is summertime. This gun I found is so OP. The only problem with this game is my biggest gripe. There's just too much loot to go through. Love looter shooters, but man, I just spend so much time just picking up loot. So overall, this thing is working super duper well. I'm just genuinely surprised how well this thing fit first go. just a quick recap. I found this file online and made a modification to it, which was our vent fan mod, because that is the best mod you can do to your Steam Deck with the thermal pad mod. That's where we all started. DIY Peppy. How this channel actually just had this channel for a while, but our Steam Deck affair started with this mod. This one right here. This is the very first one. And now we put it on a backplate. We gotta fix these button situation. I think I might just ditch the buttons, to be honest, and make it a more comfort grip. Maybe pop out right here a little bit. Definitely gonna fix the placement on this fan. Definitely gonna try to get a better fit and feel to this thing, because this is a no for me, dog. You see that? Once you grip. And that's because this thing needs clips on the inside here, so it doesn't pop out at the top. I'm sure this one, you can see on this side, it's there, but it's not as bad. Look at those stringies. But definitely, oh man, your boy's going to get to modeling, and we're going to make quite a bit of changes to this thing. And we're going to try to get this thing printed all in one piece. We're going to add a lot of our fun stuff that we've done in the past to this thing as well. Remember this? Oh, we could harvest these buttons from this backplate. I'm just thinking out loud. Got that, thinking out loud. And then we still have to do our M.2. So there's a lot to do here. There's quite a bit to do. And the beautiful thing about this is now we don't have to glue to a backplate, but it actually makes things a lot harder now, because we have to get this thing to fit correctly. And also, this backplate fits every single time. This probably won't fit well every single time, so there's going to be a lot of issues with doing this. But I'm excited for the challenge. I'm excited to tackle this bad boy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will go ahead and release this STL file on DIYpoppy.net, this exact one. So if you want to 3D print this as it is now, you can do it now. And if you really want to help out the channel, go ahead and pick up a t-shirt, or maybe just donate to the channel if you want. We don't have a Patreon or anything like that. Every little bit helps the channel. Definitely want to do quite a bit more. Want to upgrade the camera systems, want to do a whole bunch of stuff like that. But then, you know, money is a thing that we all as human beings have to deal with. So if we have to deal with that a little bit less, and we can spend a little bit more on some fun things to create things that will make the content quite a bit better and hopefully more frequent. Guys, thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one.